Back with the Ron and Fez Show. Coming up real quick here, your chance to play the Sopranos product placement game.
Well, this guy's great. Who's ever doing this riff? This should be the winner.
It is time to announce our winner, though, of the Apple iPod, courtesy of AOL for Broadband. Ronnie, here was the winning riff.
This is phenomenal. No mas. Just take your iPod and go.
And the winner is Gary. He picks up the Apple iPod for his Frampton riff.
So instead of getting the real Frampton riff that I asked you for, you came back with more humming.
Yeah, I thought we were going to play the winning entry, so I misunderstood.
Time for another next slap?
I think so. I think that would be more than appropriate.
You know what? That's one you owe me. I'm just going to put that on hold, and it's going to come at a time where you don't know it. I'll say this. Maybe when you're having a really good show and things are working out for you and you're booking guests and you're all happy and it's your birthday, and then I'll go, you owe me a next slap.
And trust me, I'm going to keep a real sharp tab.
I might even let Crazy Jen give you the next one because she's the one who taught me how to drop you. Why do you look so petrified? Why are you screaming? That's why you have headphones in this business. Then you understand.
The next slap was the worst.
Still screaming with the headphones on.
The next slap was the hardest hit I've taken in my life ever. So
which one? That last one?
You just gave me, yeah. The Crazy Jen was the new record before you. It's apparently the licking.
I don't understand why the licking drops.
I don't either, but she had set the old record with her last time. So now the petrified is the only thing that comes to mind when I hear the words neck slap. It's bad.
Well, you know you never have to worry about that night when you're having a really good show and booking guests and got things running along and getting it done.
And you know what? I won't even warn you. You'll be so happy that I'll drop you. All right, time to play the Sopranos game, Fez. I don't know what we got to give out for this one, Fez, but I'm sure it's terrific.
We got Sopranos prize packs. Don't miss the season finale of The Sopranos in 2 weeks on Sunday, 9 p.m., 8 Central. Catch an all-new episode of HBO's original series Deadwood in 2 weeks as well at 10 p.m.
So I already know who's dying, everybody who's not in the boat on that HBO picture. All right, 866-277-4969. 866-277-4969. Sopranos fans, give us a call.
Here's the question from last night's episode. When Matus, the Pakistani drug dealer, came into the Crazy Horse and wanted to use Adriana's office, where did she suggest that he go?
Oh, yeah. That one I picked up on. All right, Bill, you got an answer for Fezzy?
Yeah, she said, why don't you go to Kinko's?
Let's check it out.
Listen, I need a favor. We're trying to get an apartment. I gotta fax the guy a copy of my passport.
Can't go to Kinko's?
Of course he could have. Then there wouldn't be a big fat guy dead in the office.
You can't go to Kinko's? Little did we know, just a little while later, God, she's going to get it. Get it bad. Oh, you got another one, Fez, or is that it for us?
No, we got one more. When Tony Soprano moved back into the house with Carmela, he brought her a gift, a very expensive Paris scarf. What is the name brand? What is the company that makes those fine scarves and ties?
I would never get this one in a million years. This one's going to be a tough one. I don't know if anybody will get it. Vic, you got an answer?
Hey, yeah, I got an answer.
Yeah.
She told me to go to hell.
All right. You got to say hell on the radio. Congratulations.
Go tell all your friends.
Jason, do you have an answer?
Oh, that's impossible.
Yeah, I know. This one's a tough one. I think maybe a chick would get it. Ken, you're on Fez.
I spotted it.
I was thinking only Fez would get this one.
Yeah, well, he just did the joke before. I would have killed. Jimmy, you have an answer for Fed?
Man, that's too hard.
Yeah, it is. It's a tough one.
There just wasn't many last night.
All right, here's Alicia.
I don't know.
And you're a woman.
Yeah, I am a woman, but I don't know. Who would know this?
Well, if you watch the show the way Fez does.
You know this is going to happen every Monday.
Corey, what do you got?
I was on the phone with Dubs. I missed the question.
Go ahead, give it again, Fez.
When Tony moved back into the house, he brought Carmela an expensive scarf. It's from Paris. What's the name of the company that makes those fine scarves and neckties?
No idea.
Yeah, I would not. I'd never get this one, Fez. Rachel, what do you got for us?
Definitely Hermes.
Let's check.
It's a Hermes. Supposed to be the best.
There you go.
All right. I knew a chick would win this one. Way to go, Rachel. Because women know the brands. They know the brands. The way Earl knows sneakers.
I wear Doc Martens every day.
Where are you staying down anymore, or are you done now, Earl, with your little getaway weekend?
I'll go back tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Did you crash at Wonder Boys or Fez's?
Both. I stayed at Wonder Boys one night, and I've been with Fez.
Who's got a nicer crib?
Oh, Fez, without question.
Look, Wonder Boy's not. Yeah, I know. Who'd you go to the concert with? These guys?
Yeah, I went with Wonder Boy and Harry Elvis.
Oh man, so you were with the cool team, huh? You must have felt like it was the dream team. You were taking the ball game.
Everybody, we want to say thanks to everyone over at HFS. They were really cool. They were really nice to us.
Why wouldn't they be?
Well, they were super cool, out above and beyond.
By that, you mean that they gave you guys free tickets?
Yeah, they gave us free tickets.
And you didn't get neck slapped?
There were no neck slaps. They let us hang out with the artists. Earl was treated like a king, so everyone was really cool.
What artist did you meet?
Jay-Z.
Really?
Yeah, he was walking backstage, and I saw him. I'm like, Hova, what's up? And we kind of shook hands, and I kept going.
I'm sure he wants to hear that. I'm sure when he comes off stage, he wants to know that some middle-aged white guy knows the lingo. Way to go.
It was before he went on stage.
Oh, yeah, that's when you love to get bugged.
I also met Sen Dog from Cypress Hill. We were talking about the weather a little bit, so it was a really fun time.
All right, so you're back there bore-assing people. I bet Alan's going to get a call.
Yeah,
look, we don't mind giving you guys free tickets, but leave the artist alone.
What I did was I just said hi as they were walking by. He mentioned the weather. He actually stopped and asked me about the weather. So
what did he say?
He's
can you tell me what the weather is? I'm not a human. I've never been out in weather before.
He just got off stage, so what I said to him, all I said was, hey, nice set. And then as he walked by, he's like, oh, God, it's so hot out there. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, at least you wore white. And that was it. You're like on a white
That was
t-shirt.
magic then, huh?
It wasn't magic.
And then you ended up back in his hotel room later doing the Mexican slam dance.
It was fun for me, that's all. I mean,
yeah, that was fun. That was a big day for you?
Yeah, I mean, Jay-Z and Sen Dog, yes. I loved it.
Did you feel like you worked in radio for 5 minutes?
I felt like it, yeah.
Actually, nobody neck slapped you?
No, nobody neck slapped me at all.
That's why you're not getting Redskins tickets. Brunel, hey, hot out here, huh?
Hey, what happened on that last snap? Fumble?
Ooh, not the elbow.
Slippery? I guess it's slippery out there, huh? How many turnovers you have now?
Oh, boy. Jacksonville, that had to stink.
All right, Captain Clown says, now we're supposed to believe that Sen Dog was bore-assing Wonder Boy. Yeah, he followed them into the men's room.
Not that he was...
Let me ask you this, Earl. Did you see anybody up and coming? Anybody you're going to say, I've seen the next big thing?
No.
Who had the set of the day to you?
Jay-Z and Violent Femmes were great.
Yeah.
And I love The Cure. It wasn't a very popular choice, but I love The Cure.
All right, some of the people were starting to leave. It's late, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, when it gets late at one of these festivals, you're like, okay, I get it. We've enjoyed. Stop rubbing your neck, Wonder Boy. You're trying to make me feel bad about myself. You had it coming to you.
I did have it coming, but my tattoo ink is standing up. That's how hard I was hit.
Why don't you go put some ice on it? Put some ice on it like a woman has her time.
I don't want to go
there with a hot water bottle.
I don't want to ice it down. I just want to settle it down.
Ice it. You got to ice it.
I'll be fine. I'm sorry I'm touching it. Stop.
Oh, how many times has he said that to his mom?
I promise.
So, Fez, you didn't do the big rock show, huh?
I did not do the big rock show. I got Earl on Sunday.
Yeah.
So he came over about noontime with Wonder Boy and Wendell.
So Wonder Boy had to say, Earl, you have to go to Grandma's now.
We're moving him around.
We can't. You can't be here all weekend without visiting Grandma. It's always the problem.
We're taking him over to the relatives.
Yeah. Earl, who's the next big thing out there anyway in the world today? Is there somebody that, let's say, 6 months from now is going to be a huge star? Other than Farina? Fantasia.
This has been Modest Mouse making a lot of noise. Right
now. That's the. Let me check with Dubs on that. He's the one. That's who Dubs wanted to see. He's already a Modest Mouseketeer, and he's just loving it in a big way.
Them and Yeah Yeah Yeahs I love.
I like the Yeah Yeah Yeahs too. I liked them first when they were called the Pretenders, but
things change.
How'd the mouse do for you? How was the mouse that roared?
I didn't get to see him.
That was your whole point of going.
I know. It was actually my girlfriend's birthday, and she doesn't like him, so she didn't want to sit through him. So I didn't make her.
So because of that, she only got to see the show, the part of the show she wanted to see.
Yeah, well, it was her day. So
But she's a keeper. You got to stay with her. Yeah, we got tickets, but I'm not staying for the whole show.
Well, I'm sure they'll put on another show next weekend. No, they don't.
What are you giving her? What did you give her for her birthday?
Oh, I'm broke, so I gave her the tickets.
Yeah.
The free tickets. That's what she got.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Did you lay the chin on her and say, this was for you, honey?
Yeah.
You don't even have to do anything back.
Basically.
Today's your day. All right, enjoy.
She should have gotten Adriana choke out.
You got a decent technique?
I think so.
Yeah. Does she?
I think she agrees.
Does she reach Nirvana?
She says she does.
Yeah, that's well. You always got to take their word for it. I mean, that's tapping out if they're lying. My point is, if they're lying, that's their fault. Here's my thing. I want you to try it next time. Make the Van Halen logo over and over and over, and it works like a charm.
Should I do Panama while I'm doing it?
No. Just Van Halen logo, Van Halen logo, Van Halen logo, Van Halen logo, and you'll be out of there quick.
Sid is scratching his head. He doesn't know what the boys are talking about.
All right, Ant Farm wants you to know, Fez, you missed Christopher. Why didn't you say Christopher was drinking Stoli?
I didn't hear the word Stoli.
It was just a visual.
Oh, okay.
Remember he was sitting there with the bottle? Yeah, that was a good one. We could do some visuals, you know.
Well, like last week, there was hardly any, but you see Angelo, before he gets whacked, leaving with the giant Costco sign behind him as he's getting putting a thing in the back of his trunk before he got whacked by Phil and Billy.
I didn't even notice that. How weirded out were you when she got whacked last night, when Adriana got whacked? I actually felt bad.
It's the weirdest thing because you know it's coming. You know no good can come of any of this. And yet still, it's like it's a shock. It's like lock those doors, do what you can.
I felt like it was somebody I know got killed rather than just, Ralphie gets his head cut off. I waited all the time. I mean, I knew she was dying for 2 years. I knew she had to go out this way. And yet, I guess because she's a girl and was screaming and trying to hold on like that, it freaked me a little bit. And then I think it also messed me up that little Steven did it. Miami Steve decides he's going to do it, and he drops the C-bomb on her just to make it worse.
Sylvia will pick you up. And I'm like, don't get in the car, honey. Don't get in the car.
I honestly thought she was driving away. I thought she made her own move. And then there's Sil. He's driving. Oh, don't worry about a thing.
I thought it was going to happen on the couch during the chokeout scene.
Yeah, I thought it was going down there, too. Yeah. Which would have, it really wouldn't have been a regular whack-out. That would have just been a crime of passion. But, the other thing I thought they punked out on is they kind of made it more her fault. Like, oh, look, she's a bad person, not just tied in with Christopher. She's tied in with a different murder. I mean, that would have never happened in a million years. She wouldn't have been tied in with that. She would have screamed. They would have been found out. So I felt like they wanted to go, look, don't blame this just on the fact that she was just a girlfriend. She's also bad. I thought that was cheap, a little bit cheap for me.
Right. She wouldn't have gone to all the trouble to help with the cover-up just so Chrissy didn't find out the guy was in the office.
Yeah, it just wouldn't have been worth it. It would have been insanity. So I thought that was a little bit of a cop-out. And then look, she's taking drugs, Okay, I get it. She's a bad person. She deserves to die. Have a little courage. That's my point.
Valentina sitting there in the burn ward waiting to go home.
I don't even understand that storyline. I didn't get it when it happened, and I don't get it now.
Tony was so bad to her in that scene where I'm going to kill myself. And it's like, I got to take this call.
What else could he do? He was done with her. He can't hang around there. I mean, you can't spend your life with a girl with a burn on her face. Tony had to do what he had to do.
The odd thing was she was leaving the hospital looking like little Steven. They had her dressed the exact same way.
I remember the line. He goes, you're going to look good with the short hair. You're going to look like, like that actress.
Yeah.
And then he can't even come up with a short-haired actress.
Some good actress. Like some pretty actress you're going to look like. Oh, you gave her a lot. She had a chance. She was there. She was, she felt like somebody for a while. Now she can sit back and remember that during her elderly burn days. He's paying for everything, medication, everything.
I like the scene where Phil's sitting in the diner remembering flashing back to the murder when Billy got murdered and he got shot by Tony B. There's Frankie Valli playing in the background. Then they cut to a scene with Frankie Valli with Little Carmine.
I didn't even notice that. You know, I don't even see him as Frankie Valli since he was Frankie Valli before I, knew anything about music. So it's not like when I see him, it's not like suddenly seeing somebody I know. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. Where
it never even dawns on me, hey, there's Frankie Valli. It has to be pointed out to me.
Like the David Lee Roth sitting at the poker game.
Yeah, although he I didn't even recognize.
He looked like Valentina after the burn. Where's half your hair, David Lee?
Doesn't little Steven even wear that do-rag because there's something wrong with his forehead? I think he, and that's why he wears the big piece on the show to cover up for it. I think he was one of those guys who went through a windshield, got scarred up, and never had it taken care of.
Yeah, and he said he put it on. He's like, hey, this looks pretty good. And he just decided to.
Yeah, but doesn't he have scars up there?
He has like massive scars on his. Because practically the top of his head was almost ripped off.
Yeah, it's not hard for it to do when you go through a windshield because it's the same thing as being scalped. This skin up here, right at the top of your hairline, is very loose, and then once it rips. It comes right off. It happens all the time.
Yeah, and he said he just put it on. He went, you know what? This is a much better look than someone looking at my scars.
But here's the thing: you're with the boss. You're touring the world. You're making all kinds of cash. Go in and have a little bad surgery. Have it taken care of. It's like walking around missing a front tooth. You don't have to do it now. Things are different. How long did it take Keith Richards to get his teeth fixed? He waited till like 83 before he finally took care of that jack-o'-lantern mouth of himself.
That was probably more of a necessity, finally.
Same thing happened with Bowie. Bowie had like all kinds of crazy, crooked British teeth until the 80s. You know, I mean, he did All Reuben and Star for 15 years. But finally he goes, fine, I'm going. Stop bringing it up. I'm just going to go.
So Sopranos wraps up in 2 weeks. They got the final episode. All I can think of is Tony B gets whacked before it's done.
I don't know. I'm not all that caught up in it. It's just about little characters to me more than the storyline. If you try to follow that show and think of the storyline, you're going to be in pain. You're literally going to be in pain. You won't enjoy it. That's why most people that don't like it go, I don't like this anymore. I don't know what happened with the Russian guy. Yeah, the show does that all the time. And then for whatever reason, people act like, oh, he's such a great writer. I don't know. There's good characters on the show. The guy's a great writer. I don't know.
A little ADD. And Tony Saragusa stands out like such a sore thumb to me. Every week he's in there. He's been in there more than Ollie.
He has been. They don't let him do anything, but he's there. I would just, I let him do some sideline work, see if that works out for him, and then maybe one day goes in the booth. Whatever he does, it's never enough.
Put him in some big shorts and a sweaty Hawaiian shirt. That man always looks like he's at the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. This on the instant feedback, Christopher might get done. I don't think so. I think they're going to keep Chris. Or else they would have done them both at the same time, which would have been really cool. If both of them, for both being tied up in this mess, would have both had to get whacked at the same moment.
So, Christopher, we got to see if, how far he's slipped now. Now that he snorted the H and he's drinking the Stoli and the Heinekens.
Yeah, but you know what? They'll let that go in a second. Again, if you're trying to follow the story, next week he might look like nothing's even wrong with him. He doesn't miss her. He's not high anymore. Or he can just drink comfortably. I don't know. You cannot sit down and think, oh, that show's going to be there for me. All right, we're going to have an iPod every day this week, Fezzy. I'm excited about that. It's a new wave.
That is the Apple iPod. AOL for Broadband hooking us up with these all this week. You can AOL for Broadband to your basic high-speed connection. You get access to tons of cool exclusive stuff all in one place and all on demand.
That's very, very cool. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. It's the Ron and Fez Show.